What's up, crypto legends? In this episode, I'm going to explain on the higher time frames how there is a very likely scenario that the price of Bitcoin will be topping out here at this $50,000 range. We're going to the lower time frames to look at the market structure and where we can find those trading opportunities, taking a look at the liquidity and also some interesting news that is going on. So make sure to stay tuned till the very end. Quick reminder, we have partnered with BYBIT and MEXC. This is where I currently trade. Now you get the best deal down below. For BYBIT, $30,000 worth of bonus, and for MEXC, $20,000. No KYC needed. With an email and password, you can sign up. So make sure to sign up right away with the link down below. Going here through the higher time frames, now it is major resistance zone where we are hitting. Remember that we were talking about this 618 Fibonacci retracement from the all-time high to the low in November of 2022. So this zone is still major resistance. We'll be talking about the lower time frame. Is this leg up very impulsive, or is it part of a corrective structure? We'll be going through that in the next coming minutes. We were also hitting the value area high here from this consolidation from 2021 and 2022. As you can see, that value area high swing failure pattern from this high right there, getting that major rejection at the 618 of over $10,000. Now, talking about the scenario here, when we bottomed out, it was very clear that we formed 5 waves to the upside. Just a brief explanation. You can see it right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This sideways momentum, we can see how we formed an ABC flat scenario. Now, when we do take a look at the timing, Fibonacci time is extremely important, going from the low to the high right there. As soon as we were crossing the one-to-one extension, meaning that this movement up had the same timing till the very bottom, after crossing the one-to-one, we started the impulsive move. Now, when we do take a look here at this next wave created from the bottom here, created on the 12th of September. Now, I want to take a look here at this, okay, to look at where we are at now here from the next impulsive move. Do we have this similar timing here from this move to the upside and this corrective structure? We can see that we're just crossing the one-to-one, meaning that this move to the upside and this corrective structure is already passing that same timing. Now, the market moves in waves and moves with time as well, meaning that for me here, this range is very likely to top out very, very soon to get the next corrective structure. Now, this is purely based on timing. Timing is important. Same timing with the movement up, with the movement down, very likely to be the same timing here with this next leg up. We are just crossing the one-to-one. It could extend to the 1.618, but this is the range where I would be expecting the price to get a decent pullback. We've been in an insane rally for the last 4 or 5 months since September. So let's analyze the local situation here at this area. When we do zoom in on the lower time frames, what we can see here is after getting this major uptrend, we've been following this for the last few weeks, that we broke structure. Now the question is, this does look very sharp for just one wave corrective structure. It's very unlikely that this is an ABC scenario. That is telling me that we are still in a B wave right there. In a B wave, we do have 3 waves to the upside. Of course, the bullish case scenario would be that this is 1 wave, 2 wave. We are inside of the 3rd wave, and we're going to create another 5th wave to the upside. We will talk about that scenario if we were to get a major impulsive move to the upside. So far, we are seeing a consolidation, and it looks like that we could be topping out very, very soon. So if we go with that theory, there is definitely a possibility of this being an A wave, okay, and this being a B wave, meaning that we're likely going to come back down in the coming weeks below $39,000. That is the bearish case scenario that I think is very likely to happen. When we do zoom in on the lower time frames and we analyze here this impulsive move to the upside, what we can see, okay, let's go to the 15-minute time frame. How we have formed 5 perfect waves to the upside here. We can see 1 wave from the ultimate low here on the 23rd of January. 1 wave, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we got into this complex triangle structure corrective move right there in a 3 wave. And now, since the low here, we formed a nice impulsive move up. 1, 2, and is this the 3rd wave? And this is the 5th wave, and we are already topping out it's definitely a possibility. However, when we do check the scenarios here from this wave 1, 2, and this is the third wave, we can see the fifth wave could also here be topping out here. We created a bit of a failed auction, giving the possibility of this being an A, B, C scenario. Now, if we were to lose this low right over here, which has an old daily level, this level has been extremely important as resistance here, getting a consolidation and also bouncing as support to perfection. Now, there is a bunch of liquidity sitting beneath $47,000, meaning that if this were to be a flat scenario, maybe this was not the fifth wave and it's creating here an A, B, C move to the downside, a little bit more with timing. And then if we were to get back above that low right over here, that is going to be a bullish sign for me. It's just going to be a major corrective move of $1,000 approximately. And we'll be analyzing the level here very, very carefully. That is if we were to get that pullback, meaning that we could see an ABC flat right there. And if we do consolidate and recover from this low, I am going to get bullish at this level if we do recover, meaning that we could be seeing the next fifth wave that should be breaking above, okay, that $49,000 high created here when we had the ETF approval. Very likely to be hit, and there's a main reason why. We crossed all of the Fibonacci levels even above the 0.88. Giving the high chance that that high is going to be taken, whether it does correct back down here to that daily and recovers. We'll be counting this as a possible fourth wave. We're going to get one more wave to the upside. So still very likely that we could create one more high based on broken all of the fib levels. So I'm looking at the possibility of coming all the way up here. However, there is major resistance all the way up at $51,000. We have a weekly and daily level. This was from price action back in 2022. A weekly close and daily closes and opens at that zone, which is very important. Of course, that would be a massive extension all the way up. If we were to see a 5-wave right there, it would be an impulsive 5-wave, major volatility. I would expect a huge rejection if we were to hit almost $51,000. Now, that is also purely based here of the 1.618 from this extension. When we do take a look at this pivot low to the pivot high to the low of the C wave ABC, next impulsive move, we can see that 1.618 is exactly at that weekly daily level. Major level for a pullback, that is no doubt, in my opinion, as there is a lot of confluence. 1.618 extension, weekly daily level at 50,800. Very likely to get that decent pullback that could end up in a failed auction. And if that were to be the case, then I'm looking at this to be an ABC, and that is the flat zone where we could be rolling back down below $39,000. It looks impossible. It looks extremely bullish if we were to come above the highs here from January above $49,000. But I can tell you that looking at the market structure, looking at the timing, the price should not impulsively move to $55,000 or $60,000 in the coming weeks. We should get a pretty decent pullback based on the timing, like I explained here, with these waves to the upside. It would not make sense to continue here a parabolic move. Of course, could it happen? Absolutely, yes. We live in interesting times right now where there is massive FOMO, institutions getting Bitcoin, and this time could be different and it could break the technicals. But overall, technical analysis is very, very powerful, and looking at the timing, it does not make sense that we're going to go to higher levels. So what we need to take a look at here for the trading opportunities, looking at higher time frame levels, if we were to crash back down here below $47,000 to claim that liquidity that we do have there, and then we do manage to consolidate, recover above that level, this for me is going to be quite bullish. This means that we're likely going to see one more wave up here to get above the highs. And if we were to suddenly start moving to the upside in the next coming hours, that's the clearest level here that I do see for a possible swing long position. If we zoom in at lower time frame levels, then obviously say that we are going to start moving to the upside here and break these highs. For me, it is likely that if we do break the highs here created early this morning, that we are going to hit those highs from the ETF approval. This level, could it get rejected? I would consider this level not for a swing failure pattern, but for a failed auction, meaning that if we do break above it and we start losing that level, I personally believe that this could be the top of a possible ABC and a possible A B wave. So considering that high, it could be a massive wick, big massive rejection and starting to crash in a matter of hours. If we do maintain above that level, I would be looking for higher. I would be looking for the 1.618 extension from this move to the upside, going all the way up to that weekly daily level, which is sitting at 50,800 range. That is the zone where I expect a rejection. We do have some FOMO moment. We do have volatility. So could we just punch through this level and go all the way up there? Absolutely yes, but this is the major level that I'm considering on higher time frames, legends. So not much more has to be said. Let's go through some major news that is going on. We can see here that the Twitter founder Jack Dorsey wearing a Bitcoin Satoshi shirt at the Super Bowl. This is, interesting to see. Obviously, you can see how the word is spreading. We can see Bitcoin adoption. This is part of adoption, no doubt. We can see here the founder of Twitter wearing a Satoshi t-shirt at the Super Bowl, which is very interesting. Big breaking. Mr. Beast is holding Bitcoin worth millions of dollars. So it seems like that Mr. Beast does have a bunch of Bitcoin. Also, we can see that 10,000 blocks remain until the Bitcoin halving. We have the halving here in just less than 70 days, 68 days, guys, till the halving. Obviously, that should be a supply shock for the next coming years. Also, Russia and the United States of America in close fight for top ranking Bitcoin mining country position. Seems like they have a lot of mining machines. They want all of those Bitcoin that are left here for mining. Now, taking a look at JP Morgan as well, he says that Ethereum likely to outperform Bitcoin this year. No doubt that Ethereum spot ETF is very likely to be approved this year as well. Will we see the same FOMO for Ethereum? That is a great question to ask yourself. Very likely that Ethereum will have an incredible run up here in 2024. Not much more to say, guys. Make sure to check out the BYBIT tutorial to learn how to trade on that platform right away here with the video on the screen. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.